everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a Q&A video session time period of the month, year. I don't even know how to name it anymore. It's been a while since I've been doing those, and oh, who's popping out on the side? You're going to see her in a minute. I have been doing the What's the Buzz videos, but What's the Buzz videos are kind of related to what I do and me, but also to topics, stuff that's going around in the world. But Q&A sessions are usually the ones that are kind of more related to the persona who is there in front of the camera right now. So let's get at it, shall we? So the little thingamajiggy that was peeking out from the side, time to present her. It's Stephanie. Here you go. This is Stephanie. She was handmade for me by a very dear friend of mine and a fan. Stephanie is a lady. She's like a Moschino voodoo doll, as you could see. But she's a nice one with a very, very tiny waist. And that's her. That's her from the back. She has amazing hair, like turns. And yeah, she's gorgeous. I love her so much, and she's handmade with a lot of love. So there you go. Stephanie's going to help me go through the questions today. Right, Stephanie? Yeah. All right. So let's get at it, shall we? So Fadi writes, hi Fadi, by the way. Cool shades, Dacob. Thank you. Fadi wrote on the video, the Rare Chanel boutique exclusive spring summer 2015 chain sunglasses. For someone who does not work in the fashion industry, what advice or tips can you give me to make the most of fashion weeks, London and Paris mostly? Can you get to see shows, or do you have to have invites, etc.? Thanks, Fadi. Well, and here we get a little bit more into what I do. I don't like coordinate fashion shows and stuff like that. I'm more into, I do creative things for brands. I can give advice. I'm a good advisor for brands, definitely. I also am creative as far as installations would go. I do I could do stuff from the simplest merchandising to creating a sculptural piece within stores. And then I'm also responsible for sales, so you could catch a glimpse of me at various sell-in campaigns. That's another thing I do. So I'm really, really very much into fashion, but only stuff I love. So I could not say yes to, a brand or somebody whose work I don't really completely respect and appreciate. So my moral would just not let me do that. But as far as fashion weeks go now, particularly, it all depends how big the brand is. The bigger the brand, the tougher it is to get into the fashion shows because a lot of people want to go and see those fashion shows. There's several ways of going about it. Either you do get the invite. If you don't get the invite, you either dress up like a crazy badass fashionista and you walk into that place like it's nobody's business, and you just, usually sometimes it could happen that nobody even asks you for an invite. They just think, don't touch don't touch her because she dangerous. But sometimes, if security is kind of very well trained, they're going to like, no. You stop right there, Missy. Where's the invite? Sometimes brands, when they're new and they're trying to build up buzz around them, they're going to be much more loose and easy going and polite, especially when it comes to requests coming from all over the place about whether or not people can attend their fashion shows. Other smaller brands are going to be literally bitchy about it because they think they're God on earth just because they get to do a show. And also because they want to create that type of hype of we're so small as a brand, but already so hyped and new and avant-garde that we already have very complicated rules and regulations on who, how, and why a person might come in to see the show. I personally, I go to shows for work, not just for pleasure in a way, so I don't even have much time. Fashion week for me was a lot of work. So when friends of mine tell me, oh, Dacob, you're so lucky you're going to go somewhere for fashion week, I know it's like 12 hours of work a day for me, so I work. I don't go there to like be like, hey, I'm dressed nicely and hi everybody, let's take a photo together. I work. And actually the short video I made on the the Y3 fashion show, it took me a lot of energy and time to do, and I did it just for the love of you guys, because otherwise I literally was stealing the seconds and minutes I had free from here and there to shoot a bit outside of the frenetic work schedule. So I personally, I mean, I love fashion. I love to, see fashion, but I really enjoy watching it online. And I know this sounds a bit weird because you would think the best thing to do is to literally go to a show and witness it live. Yeah, it's cool to do that if you're a buyer, because usually how shows work, usually you're split in left and right sections, and one section is for PR purposes where the invited guests come that have something to do with the image making of the brand, and then on the other side are the buyers. The sales team invites their buyers on the other side. So it's a lot of work rushing around doing it all, and either a lot of the people there, then it could be kind of fun because then you get to talk and stuff like that, but other than that, it's literally so much stress and hectic motions for something that lasts around 14 to 20 minutes, and then it's all over. But those 14 to 20 minutes are really important for the brands because they get their photos there, they get their looks, their lookbooks out of that, out of those 14, 15 minutes, if the lights are correct and the camera people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And you get a lot of footage and material which you're going to use in the next, let's say, 4 months, building up to the actual collection arriving into the shops. Can you get to see shows, or do you have to have invites? Yeah, you usually need invites. To make the most out of Fashion Week, I would say what is more important than the shows are the actual parties. Now, again, if you're overstressed and overworked, you literally usually don't have much energy in the evening to go to the parties because you've already been on your feet for like 15 hours by that time. But if you do have the energy and you did find some way miraculously the time to go for a power nap, those parties are very important. Why? Because during those parties, you might meet the right people who might give you the invite for the next day's show, or you get to do the small talk, the connections, and you get to mingle. And as is the case in all, branches and all businesses worldwide, interaction is key. So interacting with people, networking with people is always very important. The more people you know, the more knowledge you have, and the more doors you can open. Of course, it also is very stressful because Fashion Week does bring with itself a lot of craziness as well, and also parties with a lot of illegal substances going around. People are hyper and crazy and all over the place, which to some is the upside of Fashion Week. To me, it's the downside because I wish to make the most out of the time, so I just want to work and get things done. But this I'm saying because sometimes at these parties you won't have a chance to really communicate properly with people and get the most out of your contact with people in a positive, constructive way, but it'll rather be something that most of them will forget the next day, which is a pity in a way because so much productiveness can be achieved in that period. And by productive, I don't mean just watching a fashion show, but also communicating on a creative level with other creative people that are present at parties or shows. There's a lot of potential in the air. So the actual show, assisting the actual show, is just being present and in silence. Not a lot of communication happens there. It's the moment of your personal input. What the brand is giving to you is what you're inputting. And then when the show is over, as you could see, I kept filming right after the Y3 show a bit more to show you. Like Yoji wasn't even like off the stage yet, and already people are standing up, rushing out to rush to the next fashion show because there's no time literally for anything. It's crazy. So the most of Fashion Week, as far as just looking at pieces, is online. That's where you see the details, the close-ups and everything. Most of Fashion Week, as far as getting to know people, happens during the events, pre or post fashion show. All right. Then I have a beautiful comment from Duchess. Thank you so much. Duchess writes on my Chanel number 22 review. I simply adore your fragrance reviews. I sit and watch with a snack. Thank you so much, Duchess. The way you describe them, you take to another time and place. You really have a talent of conveying scent along with the history and knowledge behind them all. You are the poet of scent. Thank you so much, Duchess. I'm so grateful that you see it that way, because that's exactly how I feel about it. Quite some time ago, somebody had asked me, why I don't do more of these scent fragrance reviews. I mean, right now, and I answered back then, I'm answering again, I don't do as many. I do one a week. For now, I've kind of come to a sort of a regular pace of posting a scent review on Sunday. I think Sunday is the time to relax, to chill, and that's why I think Duchess nailed it by having a snack. To me, Sunday is the day to talk about these more poetic things. It's the day of rest where people can kind of chill a little, and I think talking about a perfume is just inspiring on a weekend more so than on a stressful Wednesday. I don't know, call me crazy, but I kind of see it that way. So it's been quite a while now that I have try to make it a regular theme that Sunday is the scent day. So if you go back a couple of weeks, you're going to see like it's been since a couple of weeks that I've been doing that. I'm trying to keep it up that way. Things can always change, but for now, that's kind of the intention and the vibe. I've been asked 1,000 billion times where I live and what I actually do. What I actually do, I just said at the beginning of the video. Amongst other things, I also studied art. So I also do art and I write a lot on top of working in fashion. I live in different places. It's a bit difficult to nail it to one place. As you have seen in my travel videos, I'm a lot in the States as well, although I don't like live there, but I'm there a lot. Also spending quite some time in Italy and in Germany. France as well, but again, for work. So you see, I mean, I could just name all these countries I'm in because I'm everywhere. I travel a lot. That's what it is. So needless to say, where is home? Home is where the heart belongs. So wherever my heart is where I'm at home. Sugar milkshake. Are you Italian? Partially. I'm partially Italian, sugar milkshake. My dad was Italian. Okay. Alfie McMillan asks how much the Jeremy Scott 3.0 Gold Wings cost. Now, regular retail should be €250. But I don't know how much they go in the States or how much they go on secondhand websites. You know how it is. It all depends how desired a piece is. Prices can go over the roof or not. But regular retail, when they hit stores, was €250. Dollars, I'm not sure. And again, money. I really don't like to talk a lot about money, guys, because it's not a bragging thing. It's not a show-off thing. And I also, you know what? Also, I'm really annoyed by YouTubers always saying, this is not a bragging video, but I'm going to show you my full Louis Vuitton collection. Whatever. People take it the way they want to take it. If they think you're bragging, they're going to think you're bragging if you say you're not bragging. My personal issue with money and talking about pricing of things is it's not the point. Like discussing certain, like reviewing certain pieces or showing love for certain pieces has nothing to do with the money. Sometimes I receive them as a present or a gift, and I don't want to say that it's a present or a gift because it's something very intimate and personal, and I'm very grateful and thankful to the person that gave it to me. So there is no money involved. Sometimes I work my ass off to buy a piece. To have it as a memory of how hard and how devoted I am to a certain fashion brand. And then again, money just spoils the thing, because I mean, it of course it's a headache to have to pay off the bills at the end of the month, credit card bills and what have you. But it's just, I don't know, not my thing. But anyway, people are always asking me for prices of certain things. I mean, guys, you can always find these prices online. They're available online. Like whoever asks me for Chanel prices, you just gotta go on the Chanel website. Every single piece on their website has a price underneath it. Now what Chanel does is they block off the pricings for other countries when you're out. So for example, I in Europe right now cannot see how much the sunglasses the chain sunglasses that I just got from Paris, I cannot see how much they cost in dollars. Like Chanel blocks that off for me. When I'm in the States and vice versa, I want to check, like to remind myself how much the glasses cost in Europe, they block that pricing off. So when I'm in the States, I can only see the price within America. they do that for a reason. They do that to kind of, show, not show people the difference in price. And even though they've upped their prices in Europe to kind of, as they say, to try to balance out the pricings worldwide to make them more similar, America still has the highest prices out there. It's still around like 15 to 20% markup. So even with the exchange rate and everything, still not good pricing. I would advise everybody. And in fact, John Batch, was this meant to be Batch? I guess it was. I know that it's tacky to talk money like that, but I am indeed going to Paris this month, and I really like them. The sunglasses with the chain from the Spring Summer 15 collection. They are available. So I gotta ask, how much are they? And do they differ in price if I get the ones with the tinted lenses? Now, I did answer you, John. It doesn't differ in price. The only price difference is between the version with the Swarovski crystals instead of the chain, but they're a bit too tacky for my taste. And they are around 40 to 50 euro more expensive than the chain version. There's no price difference between differentiation of lenses. The transparent lenses cost just the same as the gold tinted ones or the black ones or the bluish ones. Again, prices are all online, but just my tip to you, good that you're going to Paris. Best prices are the European ones because they're the lowest. So if you are into Chanel and you want to purchase Chanel, purchase it in Europe because you're going to save money. What else do we have? Who else is asking us questions? I think that would be it. Interesting question. House of Cozy 108. What do you think about Kendall closing the show? This is referring to the video I made on my review of the Chanel Haute Couture fashion show, Fall Winter 15 Haute Couture, and Kendall closed the show. I didn't even notice that she closed the show. Like, okay, there was this chick, with the kind of a male kind of suit, very Marlene Dietrich style, but she had a veil, so it was a wedding outfit. Very cool. I loved the show. Kendall closing the show. And here we go again. We're promoting her. Because we're talking about her. Well, I think it's sad that Chanel lets themselves, get influenced by this. I mean, she has like over 30 million subscribers, followers on Instagram and stuff like that. So brands like Chanel are, in a way hungry for stuff like that. And so she closed the show. Is she memorable? Is she pretty? She's just normal to me. Actually, she's not memorable. I don't remember her face. I didn't even know that she closed the show. Like, I didn't care. I just like you told me, like, what do you think about her closing the show? And I was like, oh, did she close the show? Oh, she closed the show. Okay, so she closed the show. I wouldn't have, there's far more talented, beautiful, gorgeous, and interesting women out there to close a Chanel Haute Couture show. So for Chanel to close their Haute Couture show with a starlet that is famous because of her family and because of her sister's sex tapes. Okay, Chanel, if you want to go that direction, not very elegant, and I think Coco would not appreciate. Neither do I. Next question. Inge, and I hope I pronounce your surname right because it's with the line in the O. So it's Heumark. Inge Heumark, but I don't know if the O is Heumark. I'm not so sure, so sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but Inge is the first name. It is my impression maybe silver hardware is more upfront right now than gold hardware. I think you might be right about that because it definitely gives off more of a fresh and young vibe. But as I said in the comment to you, and as you so kindly answered me back, we're both fans of gold hardware. So nothing beats, at least as far as Chanel is concerned, gold hardware through and through. I'm such a fan of gold hardware. Especially back in the day when it was when gold hardware was gold plated. That was like wow, even more so than what we have today, which is just, you know, gold tinted or shaded, or how would you call it? Gold toned rather than plated. There you have it. But I still do prefer gold, and the more yellowy and intense it is, and the better it is. It just is so reminiscent of late 80s Chanel and early 90s Chanel. Gorgeous. Those are the accessory pieces and the bags I love the most. Lagerfeld does from time to time go back into that goldy direction, and those are the pieces that I kind of dive for. And they're very rare because he doesn't do them very often, but when he does, they're amazing. There you have it. I think that's enough now. 20 minutes, guys. I mean, there's other questions, but we'll get to them in the future. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Yeah, it's a great idea. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, poor Stephanie. Stephanie's tired. She wants to go to bed, don't you, Steffi? Yeah, kinda. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. And good luck to everybody who decided to participate in the giveaway, because, you know, it's coming soon. The giveaway. Where is it? I have it here waiting. Just to remind you guys, here it is. Check out the video with the giveaway. All right, guys. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.